impossible to face when someone else instead of me always seems to know the way. Then I look at you and the world's all
right, good people, how are we doing? Long time, no hear, no see, but playtime is over, and welcome to another exciting episode and season. This is year 11 of us in the podcasting live stream world, I do believe. 11 years. What we at here? 11 years. Does not seem like it at all. They say when you're having fun, it's not called work. It's called just passion out there. But I will thank you again to our title sponsor, Serta Pro Painters in Oklahoma City. Thank you so much. And this is also our second return here to the studio here at 3119 Hampton over here at Overtime Studios. If it's your first time tuning in, thank you so much. I think everybody, and I know today is Labor Day, happy Labor Day, but many of us are working on Labor Day, so here's to the working folk out there. But I think everyone deserves a vacation. A little time off. Hit that restart button. Replenish the soul. Take a walk in the wild. Hug a tree naked. Get to know yourself. I think we all deserve to do that for ourselves because we get so caught up in helping other people, raising kids. Raising kids is not yours. Getting in relationships that don't make any sense at all. We're trying to adult the right way, and we think we're doing something right, but we're always second-guessing ourselves. Why can't we just let things be the way that they are? Yes, that was an explosion. Got all kind of sound effect buttons out there. So, hey, hello, MyCityMyMusic.com, Dre Montes. Hello, X. Hello, TikTok. And hello to the Book of Face in YouTube. Hello, hope all of you are doing well. And thank you for tuning in. If you are celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating an anniversary, happy anniversary to you. If you just got through a bad storm in your life and you're still okay, way to hang in there. And for the folks that finally have figured something out, you were right. Congratulations. I think we all need to hear that from time to time. All right. We're going to hear a whole lot of I told you so this season. Now, the last time we left, I think our last episode was April 29th. And since then, we have gotten to know family members we haven't seen in a while, kids, grandkids, unusual traveling experiences, and meeting very interesting people. I think we all deserve that. That strangers are important, very important. They complete the day, the task at hand, weathering the storm. But strangers really do make it matter. We have a few new sponsors that we're adding to the team, the squad, the roster, and a few new shows that we have coming up. But we have a new sponsor in the building for sure. We have Bullseye Home Services. From start to finish, we always hit the mark at 618-484-6666. So we also have joining the squad and the roster. Got a few favorites here. I think a whole lot of people are going to really dig. We have Iceberg Cooler Concepts that is joined the squad and roster. They're going to be our title sponsor of our Saturday college football postgame show, making its debut this Saturday, called Sixpack Saturday. So we have that coming for you as well. And we also have a coffee sponsor for our coffee show that we have coming up here. Yeah, buddy, we got it coming for sure. We have a coffee show called a Daily Drip with Dre Montes, and that show will be making its debut hopefully tomorrow if we get everything done, acclimated, and knocked down. It's called Outpost Coffee and Bricks, located at 4630 Lindell. Again, Outpost Coffee and Bricks, located at 4630 Lindell. They will be the title sponsor of A Daily Drip with Dre Montes. So we got some things and new sponsors to introduce to you. And we're also going to talk about the Friendly's Fantasy Football League here. I know many of you out there in fantasy football leagues, but this league here is not for the norm. Most people, we try to do the draft on the internet. That way it goes pretty fast, but we had some internet challenging moments. So we ended up doing the draft the old-fashioned way, meaning you had to find your player in the stickers and put it up on the board. So the draft was going to originally take an hour and 45 minutes. We ended up taking 5 hours and 15 minutes, but it was a job well done. I will reveal to the world my roster on Wednesday because the NFL season opens up on Thursday. Now, as I said, the last time we talked, we all made an understanding that if we get out here in relationships, we will let them know how we feel about football, whether it's college football or the NFL. I told many of you to have that talk and discussion because once it gets here, we don't want to have no arguments. No, is that all you're going to do is sit on the couch all day? You're going to stay at the bar and watch football all day? And the response will be, we had this talk already. We had this talk already. I don't know if you understood this or not. In college football, they have managed a way to load this schedule to be very, very entertaining moving forward. The matchups. Every weekend, they're bringing that fire. Back in the day, that week 2, week 3 wouldn't really be no big games. You can mess around. You can still go to the yard sale. You can still go to your cousin Sheila's baby shower. You can still help Dave and Hakeem move. But not now. Not now. Playtime is over. Playtime is over. Did you upgrade? I don't think they're calling it a man cave no more. Did you upgrade your area where you're watching football at? Did you upgrade? Did you get a new TV, sound system, furniture? Did you paint the place? Did you put up more sports memorabilia? What did you do at your place of dwelling to make sure you get your entertainment value? That it's right there where it's at. I have not put the finishing pieces on the place yet, but I got maybe 3 or 4 more pieces where I'm in complete peace as I watch the games at the Dre Montes. I got to have it a certain way. You got to have your TVs lined up. You got to be in the right viewing area. How far are we from the food? How far is the bathroom? Smoking or no smoking? But what are we doing? That's what it got to come to. And we have a new feature that we're going to do on Mondays called Furniture Moving Mondays, be sponsored by St. Louis Best Moving, LLC. They will be our title sponsor for that. And what I mean by Furniture Moving Monday, there were some games over the weekend where damn well some furniture was being moved in that damn locker room based on the calls, the outcome of the situation. But St. Louis Best Moving Company, LLC, whether it's residential or commercial, give them a call at 314-669-5971. No job is too small or too big. But Furniture Moving Mondays, my oh my, college football is here. It's right here. And there's no greater feeling when I used to work out there with the people. With the people. Whether in corporate America, but those days, Mondays were really special during football season. There is no greater joy than going to work on Mondays when your college football team wins. Talk to me, huh? Talk to me. I, state your name, Dre Montes, Florida Gator football fan. I don't care if it was LIU, shouldn't have been on the damn schedule. I took it as a message. We won 55-0. Who turns 55 in October? Say it with me. Dre Montes. You can't make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. They gave me an early birthday present by shutting out a team 55-0. DJ Lagway said, Dre Montes, that was for you. That was for you. I'm not saying we're going to win the national championship, but I tell you what, I'm going to pay attention to this journey. I'm going to pay attention to it. And I'm going to pay attention to college football with a fine eye, the way everything broke down, what I like to call situational Saturday. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. And I haven't forgot you Cardinal baseball fans. I don't know how to talk to you guys without getting in my feelings. Baseball fans, especially here in St. Louis, everyone is a GM and an owner. When it comes to other sports on television, it seems to matter whether the people talking played the sport or not. We seem to not respect people who have never played a sport than the ones that have played a sport. But when it comes to baseball, there are so many people behind the keyboard, behind the mask. You're not going to know who I am. But they can tick, 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 saying. Tick, 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 saying. Then you meet these people. And that's where you got to just let it go. But what do you want, St. Louis Cardinal Nation? What do you want from this team, this management? You knew what we were getting 2 years ago. You knew what was about to come 2 years ago. All them damn signs they put up all around the city telling you that Kings Highway Bridge will be shut down for 2 years, and some of you still went that way. That's how I feel about this Cardinal Nation. We knew what was coming, but we still want high expectations. Make it make sense to me. But I tell you what, I will be at the game tomorrow. I am going to the game tomorrow for sure. But Cardinal Nation, what I'm saying, I don't see who the go-to guy is on that team when we need a spark, when you need a little inspiration. I don't see it. I don't see anybody. We're down 2. We got a runner at second and third. It's 2 outs. We need this win, but we're pinch hitting. Who we getting? We don't have that threat. We don't have that threat in that dugout to make the other team say, uh-oh. Let's do something. Chess match now. Now they going to the bullpen. You going to still stick with, we need that guy. We don't have it. We don't have that it factor. It seems like America's got baseball talent when you go to a Cardinal game. That game last week, it looked like a COVID baseball game by that attendance in that ballpark. I went to the game on that Sunday when the Yankees was here. I tell you what, 2,000 degrees is no fun when a team is not giving you effort and you're a paying spectator. Not fun at all, people. Not fun at all. But how can we fix this? Everybody think it's going to happen overnight. I don't think it's going to happen overnight. I think it's going to take a little bit of time. Rebuilding, changing management, going with a younger version of the team, all of that takes what, kids? T-I-M-E, Daddy. Yes, it does. But a lot of people don't have invaluable time to give you. And that's where we're at. We're in invaluable time territory. Cardinal Nation, is this thing going? Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Furniture moving Monday. Furniture moving Monday. Whew. If I was a betting man this past Saturday, I'd have been very rich. But I don't gamble the first 2 weeks of college football season. Hey, say what you will, I'm superstitious. I'm sticking to it. I'm sticking to it. Some things we believe in for a reason. We don't know why, but it works for us. It works. So I'm sticking with it. But furniture moving Mondays. I was a little perturbed and a little ticked off when I found out the start time of this game. 11 o'clock for the Ohio State and Texas. Arch Manning's debut on the road. And as a starter. 11 o'clock. So Friday night, I'm not a child anymore, but I knew today was going to be the first day back since April 29th. So I wanted to have a little bit of energy. I don't want to watch the game on Saturdays with one eye open. So I went home early to get ready for this game. College football show with my man Ray Cruz will make its debut this Saturday as well. Yeah. But seeing this game and enjoying college game day and Lee Corso, my man, thank you for one hell of a ride that you put us on for sure. The Ohio State. I didn't know what was going to come out of this game. All we kept hearing about was Arch Manning. Nobody talked about the Ohio State defense. The fact they got former NFL coach Matt Patricia as the defensive coordinator. Nobody talked about that. All I kept hearing about was the Ohio State and their coach, his perfect hair frame, and the way he stands on the sideline. That's it, his man boobs. That's all I heard about. Nobody talked about the defense. I think a lot of people forgot that the national championship, what they did last year. I think a lot of people forgot about that. It's game time. All I'm hearing about is Arch Manning and old Coach Sark on how explosive his offense is. What? The pitter-patter of the feet, the indecisiveness, short throws, underthrows. Only 170 yards? But nobody talked about the Ohio State's defense. I guarantee you there was some furniture moving after the game. Not halftime. You still had time to make your adjustments. But the epic fail to me had to be the offensive play calling with Ohio State. With Texas. Horrible. Atrocious. How much pressure can you put on the quarterback? How much pressure can you put on the coach, the offensive coordinator, when things are not going the right way offensively for you? Where are we pointing the finger and why? I saw no alertness, no aware, no audibles, no check at the line. I saw none of that. I saw a mundane game being played by what it seems to be now a routine college quarterback. That's what I saw. Routine. Nobody gave that defense any credit. Well job, the Ohio State University. But Texas, I'm quite sure there was some furniture moving for sure. My next furniture moving moment has to be Colorado at Georgia Tech. What happened? It was 1:04 left in the game. They still had 2 timeouts. Make it make sense to me, Dre. I can't. How much pressure is put on the coach and the quarterback and the offense being aware of the situation? We always want to blame coaches when things don't go wrong. But how much responsibility and accountability should be put on the quarterback, the offensive coordinator, the quarterback coach, the players? Furniture moving Monday right there. Dion, we'll talk later. This happened last week, but it must be talked about. Furniture moving moments. Hawaii and Stanford. Oh, my goodness. This is up there with the dropping the ball before you're in the end zone because you see yourself on TV for the first time. Mom, I'm on TV. We see you, Junior. But hold on to the ball. Now we have players doing emoji dances in celebration. Come on, man. How many yards is unsportsmanlike conduct? Say it with me. 15 yards. And now, unsportsmanlike conduct could come with what? Say it with me, kids. An ejection. So Hawaii comes back and stuns Stanford. Furniture moving moment. Here's another furniture moving moment that happened over the weekend. Boise State and South FLA, if you're scoring at home, South Florida. Okay. Furniture moving, for sure. Army in Tarleton State. Everybody else talk about how teams and do this and do that. Army paid $250,000 to this school to play them and lost. Everybody go to boot camp. Back in the gas chamber. Get back in there. Bama and Florida State. Here's what I think happened in Alabama at church on Sunday. I don't think nobody talked about religion. I think what they talked about is, look here, we got to figure out what we got to do to get the right appropriate amount of funds together, get Coach Saban back in here. What we going to do, folks, we're going to buy out his ESPN contract, and we're going to present him with our own personal offer from the fans of the state of Alabama to get you back in coaching. That's how bad things are down there. That's how bad things are. But if you go back and watch that game, the momentum on that first drive was gone. They took their heart out on that first drive of the game. Florida State still looked pissed off and perturbed about what happened when they went undefeated and they got booty bumped by who? Georgia, them dogs. And then we know what happened last year. They done heard all the talk, all the chatter. But now, all it took was a little bit of confidence. That's all it took. And they got that. They established that on that first drive. They put that foot all up in Bama. The way the schedule is laid out and with the playoff format, it's no longer when you lose and how you lose. It's a whole formula now. To lose your very first game in the first 2 weeks of the season, and you're a Power 5, or you trying to prove a point, you're in the SEC, you're in the Big Ten, you cannot afford to lose another game. That's hard. That right there is a hard task to pull off. And nobody's schedule, speaking of them Gators, Saturday was our easiest game on the schedule. Now that fire coming. Just look at this college football schedule they have laid out for the plan. But Bama fans, I don't think you're allowed to say it until you have 2 wins in a row. You're not allowed to say, Roll Tide. You're now on suspension until you win 2 consecutive games. So the last time y'all can say this is in your own home, in your bathroom, as you're flushing or in the shower. That's the only time you Bama fans are allowed to say, Roll Tide. Gotcha. LSU and Clemson. Will the real Tigers stand up? Will the real Death Valley please raise your hand? Did you see the crowd? Did you feel the atmosphere? You could smell the game. That game was intense. That game was exciting. Oh, my, oh, my. Them Tigers are something special. Teams get so in their feelings, especially the staff that's been through it. Not the incoming players. Your veterans, your guys on the way out, your juniors and your sophomores, those guys, they really, really feel it. That game had everything you could possibly think of. I still didn't see any mascara running. I didn't see it. I was looking all over for it. And they did not let us down with Furniture Moving Monday based on what we saw yesterday in college football. South Carolina and Vatech. Hello, America. Them Gamecocks are not messing around. Those fans, they travel like there's nobody business. But my favorite, whether it's the catch, was it the excitement, the believability, knowing what you see, when you get in the transfer portal and it seems to work your way. Could Miami do this in back-to-back, first with Ward, now with homeboy that left Carson Beck? The last time we saw Carson Beck, it looked like he was a crash test dummy in a car commercial. That man's foot was behind his back, almost touching his right ear. His clavicle was in his throat the last time we saw Carson Beck on the field. It didn't look good, the way he got hit. And for him to bounce back like that with such poise showed his maturation process, understanding what the defense is giving you and what you have in your offense. That's everything that Miami, you showed you. Michael Irvin, calm down. I think Michael Irvin's still celebrating on the sideline, but what a game. The U, are they back? The Golden Domers. I think you need to start that chant again. Rudy. I can't make out what they're saying, but it seems as though the student body is chanting Rudy Rudiger, who's a walk-on freshman, but he's a senior now. He's just trying to be a part of this program. Oh, my God, they're putting him in the game. Look at him. He's so little. I think that's what the Golden Domers need, Rudy. Can they talk about Notre Dame without bringing up how attractive the coach and his family is? Every time they talk about Notre Dame, they show the coach and his family. Not the point, people. Come on. Come on. It's like Little League Baseball and softball. I don't want to see all the hot moms. We know they're hot. I want you to tell me, show me what Notre Dame and what Bama did in the offseason. Because I don't think they did this thing called what? What's that word? Practice. You mean to tell me you didn't learn anything against going that same defense in the red zone, Coach Zark? You did the same thing you did last year. The same thing. You didn't learn anything. You didn't. When you were in high school, you had a guidance counselor, and you go in there and you have your weekly talk on your progressions, and they get real with you. You didn't do anything. You didn't do anything that you said you were going to do. You said this, and we made this list together. So in the offseason, everyone has a chart on what they're going to do and work on. I want to see the paperwork from Bama in Texas in my office by Friday. By Friday. That way we can just get it out there for everybody. I want to put blame on coaches. I want to put blame on the players. And sometimes some of you parents out there as well. Yeah, I'm talking to you parents too. Y'all got to take some little credit too. You're meddling in things you don't know about. You're going to be a parent. You're going to be a cheerleader. You're going to be a coach. Well, why can't I be all of them? You can't. Make up your mind now what you going to do. What you going to do. We're finding out right now some horrible things about education. Oh, my goodness. What are we going to do, people? What can we do? What can we do to help for those of us that do not have any kids in K through 5? What can we do to help with those numbers that we heard about? 69% of kids in the state of Alabama from K through 5 can't read. It's 36% here in St. Louis. What are we doing, people? Talk to me, huh? What are we doing? Huh? Back in the day when we came home, turn that damn TV off and do that homework. You had to do your homework, and you had to do what? Read a book? Remember your list you had to go to the library and check out so many books. The bookmobile used to come. You had to read. Reading was everywhere. Now, you ever heard a little kid try to read now in front of you? It's like listening to a grown man read today between ages of 18 and 30. It is awful. Awful. But what can we do to help as a community as a whole to get these reading numbers up in the young folks? What can we do? I think we ought to take the internet away. Give it back to the government. Just leave the internet just for the government. Go back to the white pages, yellow pages, landline. Let's go back to the olden days. Let's go back. Bring back cursive writing. Bring back gym uniforms. How about that? Let's keep it simple. We've gotten too tech savvy. You ever get in the car with somebody and they have a kid in the back seat between the ages of 1 and 8? They got a TV on the seat. They got a tablet in their hand. They got a cell phone in their hand. This kid is 2 years old. What is going on? What is going on? You can't read? What? They got their own bedroom, flat screen TV, iPhone, iPad, but can't read. Start taking stuff back, parents. Take it back. Take it back. I tell you something I learned while I was on vacation. Get out there and visit. Get out there and travel. Try something new. Eat different places. Listen to people talk. That's another thing I found out during my vacation. Nobody's listening to the man. I'm not saying for his obedience and order. I'm talking about when you want to have a talk with your partner or spouse or live-in, side dude, whatever it may be, are you listening? Are you listening? Nobody wants to yell. It's not always about problems. Maybe I had a good day and I want to tell you about it. I didn't get the raise, but I had a great day. Can I tell you about it? Maybe I closed a sales deal I've been working on for a year and a half. I have nobody to tell that to. You know how frustrating that is? That's why strangers are more appreciated than people that call themselves what? Friends. Make it make sense, people. Make it make sense to me. Also, I tried an unconventional way. Well, not the traditional way I would like to travel. But since I lost my vision 7 years ago, I don't drive anymore. Well, I can't drive anymore. So I get around the best way I can. But when I'm leaving, I used to love to fly. But the reason I didn't want to fly on this vacation, I don't like the attitude of the people when you're traveling. Hear me out. When you're going somewhere, everybody is so happy. But at the same time, you're meeting the people that are coming home, and you're going to cross their path and feel that negative vibe because they don't want to be back home. They need to separate the airport. You know, if you don't want to go home, y'all walk over here. Keep all that over here. You still happy you back home, y'all stay over here. We need to separate the people because that's the only reason I don't like traveling no more. It took the fun out of travel. You know, it used to be fun. Pick you up a little something strange in the airport bar. They had big bathrooms. What am I going to see that? But they got cameras every damn where. They didn't took the fun out of that. The airport hookup, those were the days, man. Those were the days. So I took a trip to see my peoples, my kids, my shorties, my grandbabies, and my title sponsor and a couple other friends out in Oklahoma City. I don't know the last time you've been on a Greyhound bus. But I tell you what, I wish I would have done an entire TikTok show on the bus. Since I lost my vision, my hearing has went up like a bionic ear. And the conversations I heard on that bus, all I can tell you, you think you having a bad day or your situation is bad, I tell everybody this all the time. Go on the internet for 5 minutes. Entertain it. It'll take you away from your problems. Go to a Greyhound bus station and just sit there for about 30 minutes and just go on about your day. I guarantee you, it's not as bad as you think. They always say somebody out there got it worse than you. We don't believe the saying. It's true. It's true. You got people on their way to go work for them people, the cartel. You have people getting out of jail. You have people getting out of rehab. You have people going to meet a loved one they met online. You have people getting a fresh start. All that was on the bus I was on. And I tell you what, it was gosh darn entertaining. If you have grandbabies, it is the most beautiful experience that I ever could imagine. I thought me seeing actual childbirth was something. Oh, boy, no. No. Still special. I thought holding my first child would be something. No, it's okay. It's okay. Watching your kids grow and turn into something that you had no part in, no plan, you're just letting your kid grow and let them be there. They're figured out. Just like when your kids are between ages of 9 months and 5, let them fall. Let them go through that pain right now. Let them go through it. Go ahead. It's going to be all right. Let them get cut up, bruised, fall off, bump, bleed. Let all that happen while they're young. Get it out the way. But there was no greater joy than seeing my child be a father, a husband, a provider, a nurturer, and a carer. I'm watching all of this. And then my grandbabies, watching them, it was the greatest feeling known to man. And I thought that word grandpa, a pawpaw, that's a special meaning when you actually are a grandfather. I'm not talking about you, but fake grandfathers out there, because you've been with a woman for 2 years and she got kids. You had nothing to do with that. It was not, no, you're not the grandpa. Stop it. Stop it. But the ones out there, to all the grandpas out there, that's what I'm saying. Way to go, way to go, way to go. Watching my son and his wife do their morning routine of getting these kids together for school was the most comedic thing I've ever seen in my life. How many kids change clothes that much? When you tell your kids, get up and put your clothes on, we got to go. It's time for you to go to school. My granddaughter changed clothes like 4 times. My son said, what is going on here? Oh, man. Hey, the Dre Six, love you all, love them dearly. And them grandbabies of mine, I think I have what? That's 2, that's 4, that's 5. I have 8 grandbabies out there. 8 grandbabies. Wow, wow, wow. I never would have thought that, but I hope they done. I hope they done. Again, if you're just tuning in, we're back here. We did it. We pulled it off. We had a very, very entertaining, thoughtful holiday vacation. We've been out since April 29th, and today is our first day back. So we're here on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays with Montez at Midday, and also Who's to Blame, the podcast. And I've added a few new shows to the roster, so to speak. If everything goes well, we have our final decision on when we're going to start Outpost Coffee and Bricks, located at 4630 Lindell, a daily drip with Dre Montes. It's going to be a motivational show around coffee. They say the perfect time to get that second cup of coffee is 6:30, where you get that rest of the kick for the day. So ideally, we're going to try to start the show about 9:30. Again, we're waiting on our final decision. We will have it Thursday. I'll let you know the details on Friday's show. And also, we're bringing to the table Sixpack Saturdays. It's a college football postgame show to be sponsored by Iceberg Cooler Concepts. We're going to keep that going right there. Basically, it's going to be 6 games that I choose to tell you guys about on Friday that I'm going to watch, and I mention those games on our college football show with my dude Ray Cruz on every Saturday at 8 a.m. all the way up to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's also available on Apple TV, YouTube, X, Twitter, and Facebook as well. So I think we have our first episode of that this Saturday. So that'd be awesome. I'll let you guys know about that more and more as we get closer. And also, we're bringing back for maybe about a month or so, D&D Don't Get Butthurt, my little homie Denise. So I think we're going to do an episode today about 3 o'clock today. And also, we're going to have another show called Blind But Broadcasting. We'll have another show about that. That's going to be more for my vision impaired people that are going through the experience and understand the importance of going to the eye doctor. Have a few ophthalmologists on there as far as optometrists and some VA veterans and some folks that I met this past June at the LHON convention that was here in downtown St. Louis at the Hyatt Regency. Thank you to the Hyatt that was outstanding hosting by you guys. And to the LHON community out there. I'm looking forward to going to the one next year in Jacksonville, Florida. But I had a very, very emotional moment at that convention. They brought in different pairs of glasses and goggles that are coming for its technology to the people in the low vision community. And one of them that I tried on, I was able to actually see. I haven't been able to see with clear vision since in about 8 years. And I tell you what, I had a moment. I got emotional. It was up there. It was almost up there the day I played my last softball game. It was emotional. It was emotional. But we have that coming. Again, it's called Blind But Broadcasting. And we're going to start a blog. Yeah, we're going to start a blog. I figure behind all of these shows, there has to be a story, right? So we're going to go with 7 mics and 1 voice. It's going to be a very straight-to-the-point blog about what goes on behind the mic of all these shows and studios. Again, this is year 11 that we're in right now of podcast and live streaming. What a journey we have been on. Shout out to all my sponsors that have been here from the beginning and the ones we've met along the way. I want to thank you so much. We have so much coming to you this year, as well as on trying to get these musical artists out there a little bit more of notice. If you are in the music community, you're trying to get your music out there, and you got some tracks, you're trying to get some play. Well, you can do that through here at Overtime Studios and here on my show as well. And the concept being, you submit your music, and I will play it starting my show, ending my show on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then I would invite you on the show on Friday. Tell everybody about your path and journey and your story. And we also have a stage in here, and I can set you up there to record or do a live show in here. Also, for my non-tech people that have iPhones and iPads that don't know how to use them, I will send you a link, and we will do it through Google Meet and put you on the big screen here in the studio on the 65, and we can communicate that way. Because I also met on my vacation, there are a lot of people that are walking amongst us that have iPhones, smartwatches, don't know how to use them. There are people walking amongst you right now, don't know how to use their camera to scan a QR code. There are people amongst you that do this. There are people that are amongst you that have these devices that they don't know how to use them. They don't know how to link. They don't know how to send an email from their phone. All they're using their phone for is pictures, text messaging, and phone calls. We need to stop this now. And I have to blame the people that are responsible for this, your grandkids, your kids, and cell phone salespeople. We got to stop this. I think you must pass a test before you are allowed to get a smartphone. It should be real simple. 5 things you should know how to do before we are allowed to sell you a smartphone. If you cannot, we will call the legal authorities and have you removed from the premises. We're not playing around no more. We're not playing around. I meet one more person that is of age and don't know how to use a smartphone, I'm taking it away from you. I'm taking it. I'll give it back to you at the end of the day. Remember in school they used to take your stuff to the end of class? Give me that. I'll give it back to you at the end of the day. What? Then a whole lot of stuff you done forgot about, and you go in that drawer at the end of the school year, because if you're one of the kids that get to help your teacher break down the classroom for the summer, they let you go in that drawer with everything they confiscated over the whole year. There was some good stuff in there, wasn't it? It was some good stuff in there. Those of you know what I'm talking about. And let's not forget, college football is not letting us off easy. We have a game tonight, TCU against North Carolina. Bill Belichick, check, making his college coaching debut with the Tar Heels. Now, we've all heard what has happened with his girlfriend. Leave that man alone. My father's 75. Let my father date a 30-year-old. I don't give a damn. And I end up dating her mama. Now we talking. That would be funny as hell if my father is dating a 30-year-old, but I'm dating a 30-year-old mama. Hey, shouldn't y'all be doing that the other way around? That's what she said. Oh, what is the over-under on the wins this year for Carolina? Are they at +6? I mean, what? 6.5, 7 wins? Will he make it to a very high-profile bowl game? Or is that way out the window? It is Carolina football. It's not Carolina girls soccer, and it's not Carolina basketball. Well, it's the men or the women. But this is Carolina football. The Carolina football has put a lot of guys in the NFL, so don't sleep on that. We know what Bill Belichick can do. We know his mindset. But we only know it from the NFL and that guy number 12. That's all we know. Can he translate that in today's communication? The vibe, the culture. Belichick, we know he's a stylish man when it comes to talking to the press. Coach, what you expect out there this first half? That's Bill Belichick. but maybe she changed him. He's doing things that we never thought Bill Belichick would do. Smile. When the last time you seen Bill Belichick smile? Huh? I'll wait. The man won a Super Bowl, didn't smile. Second Super Bowl, didn't smile. Third, fourth, fifth, didn't smile. He has been smiling with this young lady. They have a very, very detailed strategy and marketing plan. I'm very interested to see what Carolina's going to do. And TCU is no slouch. Great speed on that team. The Horned Frogs is their call, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm looking forward to that as well. What I'm also looking forward to is this Naomi Osaka and Coco golf U.S. Open matchup. Oh, I think it started at 12. Oh, my goodness. First time they've met up since 2019. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. So, again, first day back, the start of year 11. 11 years. We know what we want, when we want it, and how we want to do it, huh? Is that it? Huh? I was telling my man, my right-hand man here, the man of the hour, my dude, Justin. I was telling him I also met some interesting people over my break. Women. What is going on? I don't know all the answers, but I'm convinced there are aliens among us. I am convinced there are people from other planets walking around pretending to be human. There is no way these women that I've met here and traveling over my summer break that they're from this planet. There's no way possible. No way possible. No. I told y'all this a long time ago. There's a movie called Simone with Al Pacino where he created a computer-generated woman, won all these awards. I think that's the Kardashians. I think that's Beyonce. I don't know anybody. I was in radio for 15 years, R&B, hip-hop, in the same station. I don't know one person that ever met Beyonce. There's always something in front of screen, or they to the side, but not right here. Even when the people went to the concert, they said, no, I was kind of far back, and they had a screen up there. I'm just saying, I've never met a Kardashian. Never. Never seen the show. Some things I believe, and some things I need more proof. I need more proof of all the women that I've met over the summer of the human race. I want to know. It's nothing possible. And don't get me wrong now. I see both sides. I see the men folk as well. When you have female friends, they tend to tell you what the men folk doing that they're around. The men folk that they're dating, the men folk they're sleeping with, the men folk that they're turning on, teasing, driving crazy. They're telling me what they're experiencing in the male world. And I'm saying to myself, what has happened? What did we do? We need to bring back Oprah Winfrey. Everything went to hell once Oprah left. When we lost Oprah, that was it. We need to bring back Oprah Winfrey. Bring back Oprah. Bring back Geraldo. We need something to release it to. We need that. I don't know if we're going to get it right away. Satisfaction guaranteed, but we need something. Another form of entertainment. We need it. We need it for sure. I'm going to tell you who else joined our team this year. Show Me Lawyers Group, attorney at law, the counselor, Mr. Brian Edwards. Give him a call at 314-675-0377 for your legal troubles for sure. Call the counselor. There it is right there for sure. Well, we didn't win the Powerball. We tried. But here's my thing as we were having that dreaming talk yesterday with some of my day drinkers out there. By the way, speaking of day drinkers, shout out to all the bars and restaurants that did a great job in being prepared for fantasy drafts, being prepared for opening week of college football, and right now getting ready for the NFL. Shout out to our very own South City Friendlies at 3503 Roger Place, Tower Tower Pub up on Morgan Ford. If you missed that Morgan Ford stumble, I don't know what to tell you. Shout out to my man Rob and the crew at Tower Pub. And again, Friendlies and the crew, they did a great job this weekend. And that food is fire. Holla at Justin for sure. Good folks, good people, good drinks. Booyah, for sure. We will be doing a show from the beautiful town and lovely town of Belleville, Illinois. If you take a trip to the Lincoln Movie Theater before the movie starts, on the screen, if you happen to see the name, image, and likeness of Dre Montes, you're all right with me. All right, for sure. So we got football tonight, and are you ready for some football? We tried to warn y'all. We're not listening to any of our friends, male or female, that say they arguing with their partner because of football. We told y'all this is going to happen. But you didn't want to listen. You didn't want to listen at all. When did this end here? Okay. Okay, good buddy. Okay, there you go. I got you. What is going on here? Okay. All righty. Good folks. I think it's gone. Okay, there we go. I don't know what just happened with my phone, but we'll deal with that later. We'll deal with you later, TikTok. I don't have time. I don't have time. So we'll be back today at 3 o'clock with D&D Don't Get Butthurt. And as well on Wednesday, we'll be back here with Certa Pro Painters presents Montez at midday. Same time, same action at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. As well on Friday, here with more Montez at midday, brought to you by Certa Pro Painters. But we have our first podcast episode coming this Wednesday. My, oh my, we're getting closer to 700 podcast episodes. We're getting real close to that. I cannot wait till we get much closer to 700 episodes of Who's to Blame, the podcast. Well, folks, it has been fun. It has been real. I have been waiting on this day since April 30th. But I was so eager. It felt like I was going to see Santa Claus today, or, the day before your mom and dad tell you, the day before we're going to Six Flags tomorrow, and you a kid, you can't sleep. Or getting ready to put your new outfit on for the first day of school that you looking at your shoes all night as you go to sleep because you can't wait to put them on. That's how I felt. I didn't know what to wear. Like the weather, beautiful weather outside right now. I mean, this is that great, perfect dog walking weather. The type of dog walking where the dog walker is not on the cell phone. The dog walker is not wearing headphones, but the dog walker is paying attention to the dog. We need more of that. I've often complained about that over there in the South City, Tower Grove East area. Got dog walkers over there. Don't pay attention to the dog. How does that even happen? How you have a dog, take him for a walk, but you don't want to pay attention to the dog? That's your time of having that conversation with your dog. Get some things off your chest. You can talk to your dog. Dogs are great listeners. Let me tell you another thing. You ever had a conversation with your Siri or your Alexa? You ever had a conversation with them? Try to have one with ChatGPT. It is very, very entertaining for sure. Well, I tell you what, it has been fun. It has been fantastic. I have more things to share with you guys. I didn't want to give everything away today. Oh, no. Don't want to give it away today. No. But Wednesday, I'll give you some more information about new sponsors that we added to the show and give you a little homework assignment. Give you just a little bit of a homework assignment. We're going to talk about it on Wednesday's podcast episode for sure. We're going to have a little discussion about the catch versus the story, winning versus competing. They're all different. The catch versus the story, winning versus competing. Big difference. From spelling to vernacular to enunciation, we're going to break that down on this Wednesday's episode of Who's to Blame, the podcast hosted by your boy Dre Montes. We're going to get out of here. We're going to finish up the day, complete the day, and understand the rest and the meaningful of the day. If I could give you one word of advice, be real to you and yourself. Keep your list short but doable. It don't have to be your top 10. Do what you can. Make it a daily achievable quest. Hey, I'm going to walk out the house today smiling. Right there on your mirror. So that's what you see. When you look in the mirror, just, there you go. Then head out the door. After you kiss your dog, in the mouth. There you go. Do all of that for sure. Well, folks, good people, and celebrities alike, I would like to thank you again for tuning in to another fantastic episode of Certa Pro Painters Presents Montez at Midday. And to the meantime and in between time, and thank you to the TikTokers out there, MyCityMyMusic.com. Check them out on the TikTok as well as the Facebook, IG, X, YouTube. Do what you got to do. But one thing is for sure, folks, we're going to get this music going, get on up out of chair, and I will see you Wednesday.
All right with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gone.